Ntar ya, sabar. Gue ngetes dulu. Wait, yau. Gue ngetes dulu. Ya udah, iya, ayo anjing. Ayo langsung ke live stream. Sabar guys. Ya, yuk lah langsung meski ya meski. Ya langsung ya. Semenjak bacot lagi ya, main. Langsung ya kita ke lu game. Wait, ada suaranya nih. Ya, yuk lah. Ada ternyata kan? Tempat suaranya. Bisa ya, kita skip the fate of Black Peter. Some evidence require additional investigation. It will be marked with special tooltip. Wah, kayak live sebentar ya nanti. Sekarang jam berapa? Jam setengah 1 paling sampai setengah 2 lah, kalau nggak jam 1 lah, setengah jam aja salah lama ya, pusing nih menu langsung. Tunggu nih subtitle udah malam nih. Nggak jelas. Wah, nggak ada otak anjing si Holmes, tembak-tembakan ambil buta nih. Nih take cover ada nih. Oh yang lain ya. Gak ada otak emang Holmes, ini stop that. Langsung kok dianya aja nih, ngapain menginap-inap grill. Woi,
You are utterly mad.
mainan pistol asli kayak mainan
Stop, Holmes.
senjata main.
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded.
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
Confidence step, clinching handcuff, policeman, step avoided, inspector mystery.
Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Huh?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Mati.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The Medi Men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
Woodman Lee.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several
British.
appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Shall be alone then. Asik, keren ya. Wait, lalu dah. Gua anjing pusing ya. Terlalu. Gitu. Kita ganti ke yang lampu ini aja. Lampu. Wait. Lampu tumbler. Is it better? Wait. Gelap sekali. Tunggu, yew, kita ganti warna putih ya. Gelap banget cuk, tempatku cuk. Tapi kalau ini pusing ya. Kalau lampu putih nggak terang, sama aja. Jadi gini aja ya, ya lah ya. Apa nih? Resume. Press tab to open the case book and check your current progress in the investigation, tasks, evidence, etc. Okay. Woodman's Lee, Baker Street.
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
Okay. Task. Investigate the murder of Peter Carey. Inspect the crime scene at Woodman's Lee. Select a suit to wear using personal wardrobe and join the search. Itu Suldanan cuk. Siapa nih? Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, born 1945 and so 50 years old. He achieved great success in whale hunting Scandinavia. Jadi dia pemburu paus. Pensiun di 1884, eventually moving to Woodmansley. Okay. Wait, what the fuck? Apa yang harus dilihat lagi? Apa nih? Analyze table. Wait.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Langsung aja kita dandan. Wait.
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
Map.
A map of London and the surrounding area.
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
Iya, map. George Watson room. Gimana gue suruh?
This is where I keep my post.
Nah, ini baru kamar gue. Makeup table use. Wes, boy, udah dandan. Ayo anjing, kribogi anjing. Masih unlock, bro. Wait. Nggak bisa, bro. Masih tertutup. Castle. Brown. Black suit. Ini masih ketutup. Black suit. Brown suit. Green. Gray, light. Rapi pisan. Ya tadi yang dibuka lebih keren. Bukan itu doang. Masih tutup. Sailor aja. Kurang. Inilah ya. Kita pakai jas yang ini aja. Dah, let's go. Seleksi. Kok nggak? Gue udah seleksi. Nggak usah lah, langsung aja. Langsung ke Woodman. Udah gue baca semua.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
I'm over here. Select it. Inspect crime scene. Jalan dong. Concentrate your attention on finding details that other inclined to overlook. Kita harus pencet. Tata sekitar coba.
Mr. Holmes?
Yo. Gitu doang. Mana dia tadi? Woi. Di atas. Ini nih. Apa tadi? Examine.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Examine dulu, Cok, buat barang-barang bukti. Jadi gardennya terawat. Tadi ada yang suruh dieksamin, Cuk. Footprints. Oh. Ada jejak kaki, Cuk. Sumpah tadi ada eksamen di sini. Mana? Hilang. Nggak bisa. Kita cari-cari detail-detail, Cuk. Saya tadi apa? Bisa nambah bukti gitu sebelum ngomong sama si yang dicurigain. Dari sini ada jejak kaki tuh. Tuh foot. Kemana jejak kakinya yuk? Hilang sampai sini. Look around. Nah, harus banget ke situ loh.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
Wah, footprintsnya tuh ini gede. There are the 5 footprints left recently patched with wet earth at Woodmansley. They may have been left by murder. Perhaps I could find pair which match them. The barren fields are well kept. Wait, what?
These footprints appear to be quite large.
The dialogue. The garden.
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes. Nothing suspicious. Seru anjing game.
Mr. Holmes?
Apa sore sama main tadi di bawah nih?
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Anything unusual that night? When was the body found? Kita tanya dulu, ada nggak yang nggak seperti biasa pada malam hari?
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Dia selalu teriak kalau malam-malam. Adil, mam, oi, Adil. Hai nih, jadi detektif dulu. Tadi dia jam 2 pagi. Terus katanya kalau mabok dia selalu teriak. Kita tanya kapan ditemuin.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock.
Jam 7
I
pagi.
noticed the cabin door was open,
Jadi kabinnya kebuka.
but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my
dia
husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... Oh dear.
Jam 10. Jam 10 dia tahu kalau udah mati si lakinya. Kita
The
tanya
garden
apa
is very
ada-
large and well maintained.
ada yang
Do you
kerja.
employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Oh, jadi suaminya tuh yang kerja sendiri, oke bagus. Kita tanya sore hari sebelum
Can you
pembunuhan.
please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Passing out, jadi dia mabok terus pingsan gitu. Gimana ya? Sabar, pasang ini dulu ya. Kita tanya apakah dia punya pengunjung.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here after his retirement.
Itu gak punya temen cuy. Wait, what? Cameo. Birdhouse. Gardening gloves. Catholic. Anything can be found? Apa lagi? Wait. Oh ini. Peak. Apa itu? Everything will become easier.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Gue ada firasat ini. How do you know about that? A woman with an easy life due to her unhappy marriage. Oh, dia tuh gak seneng nikah sama sekitar. She's very religious, Christian Catholic woman who look. Apa itu anjing? Oh, dia tuh muda jadi itulah. Somewhere near the ancient pine wood of Invest. Blah 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 blah. She's religious and blah blah blah. Unidentified footprints. Pilgrimage apa nih? Profile of the victim. Well kept garden. How do you know about what the fuck? Plymouth apa nih? Bahasa Indonesia nya apa? Kayaknya ini deh. Tadi gue ngelihat footprint. Salah kah? Select the correct answer.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Oh salah di
Yes.
kesinian cuy. Jadi
Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh
Gua
my
nggak
goodness,
ngerti
but
dia
how do you
ngomong
know
apa.
about that?
Profile. Nah, jadi kita habis baca profile si. What the fuck, salah lagi anjing. Masa harus gue coba satu-satu anjing.
Yes.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Fuck. Plymouth.
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Ini dia berbeda dari ini ya. Pilgrimage. Benar.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
Oh iya.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
Gue malah curiga sama dia tuh. Kayak dari muka, nggak tahu sih ya itu faktor game emang mukanya begitu apa Soalnya kalau dari apa? Cahaya dong. Soalnya dari mukanya tuh kayak mencurigakan. Wait, jauh kita cari investigate. Apa ini anjing berisik banget. Wow. Harus cari tahu dulu cok semuanya.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Tadi gue dari sana. Nggak ada yang aneh sih. Tuh. Footprint ini siapa tuh?
These footprints appear to be quite...
Dibuat kakinya ini.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
Bisa nggak gue ke kabinnya? Ini mayatnya masih di sini tadi.
Mr. Holmes?
Oke, kita masuk deh. Kita lihat.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Tuh,
Let me see.
ada yang coba buka tuh. Ada yang coba buka ininya. Kalau nggak orang terdekatnya, siapa lagi ya kan? Door lock, scratcher. Tuh. Ini ada kayak cakaran-cakaran gitu tuh.
These scratches are fresh.
Tuh, baru. Scratchers.
You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Nggak bisa dibuka, maka paksa. Oh bisa dong. Anjing, kaget gue.
What a terrible way to die.
Ini mah dibunuh cok, fix anjing. Masa matinya begini anjing? Gan cok
The
kalau
ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
kapten ya. Special empty special.
The tooth of a sperm whale,
Gitu.
probably from one of Peter.
Wait, what? Kok nge-lag? Jing. Shelf. Suspiciously empty space. Outline in the dust. Wih, apa nih, Cok?
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf.
Wih.
An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book, a box or a small chest, perhaps.
F, apa tuh F? Jadi ada kotak yang dipindahin cuy.
Hammerfest,
Hammerfest.
Dundee. It's a whaling map.
Oh, whaling map. Hah, apaan anjing? Map paus anjing. Ada fakta baru. The outline in the dust one of Carey's shelf looks as if something had been recently removed. It is larger than a book, a box, or a small chest. Perhaps. Itu dialog kita ada nih. Ini kah yang di... Oh enggak cuy. Terlalu ini.
Harpoons for hunting whales.
Oh sama senjatanya anjing. Sama nih. Ngebunuh pakai alat itu.
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8. Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting.
Navigate instrument. Yang baru deh.
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded. Someone drank from this glass recently.
Baru ada yang baru minum tuh dari gelas ini. Oh. Tumpah nggak kalau gue balik? Wait.
The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work.
PC. Rakit PC.
Rum. A sailor's drink. It seemed that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
Ada 2 orang waktu itu di kamar nih, Cok. Kenapa setiap gue buka ada suara-suara?
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
Astaga. Wait, what? How? Bentuk apa ini? Oke, ada tangan. Coba lift. Smoking pipe. No lah, anjir. Terus pecah. Oh, ini smoking pipe. Set. Coba lift. Set. Gimana? Iya doang. Nggak seru kalau apa gitu. If you exit this part, now your progress will not be safe anywhere. Anjing, harus di ini, Cuk. Ih, benar-benar susahnya. Ini tuh cerut tuh, Cuk. Ini tuh cerut tuh, nih. Nah, udah kelihatan kan bentuknya gitu. Nah, ini coba kali. Gue harus ngapain, Bos? Gitu. What the fuck? Bro. Ini perahu kan? kayak kapal. Oh, ini bro, wah,
Yes, this is a coarse
anjay.
tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
Pusing ini gitu doang maksa. Oh gini tuh. Ini. Anjing, lumayan ini.
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense.
Si knife. Okay.
This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. This wooden handle is plain and solid. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed.
Oh, dia itu diserang tuh. Jadi dia nge-defense gitu. Ada notebook nih.
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
John. Buka coba. Bisa kali buka. Bisa dibuka tuh.
JHN.
Nothing suspicious.
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong.
Jadi dia tuh masih 50 tahunan, jadi dia masih kayak kuat lah.
Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
Dia tahu siapa yang ngebunuh dia katanya.
Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
Sepatu. Ini belum kuning tuh.
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
Masih. Oh,
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
kode-kode gitu ya. Investigate murder Peter. B apa? Find a pen related clues and they will form a deduction. Red color significant. Kayaknya ini deh. Nggak ada gardener. Mau buka. ambush must be made tonight to see if the break-in attempt will be repeated.
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
Coba masuk. Kita organize ambush. Organize ambush with Lestrade. The visitors might return tonight to finish what he explained. What the fuck is that? Ayo, kita ngomong aja. Kita bakalan ambush.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
Because of last night's attempted break-in. It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Asik. Anjay, dude. Kayaknya sampai situ dulu ya. Karena sudah panjang nih recordnya, record live streamnya. Gue juga penasaran sih. Kalau gue sih ngerasa kayak pembunuhnya sih bininya sendiri, kalau kata gue mah. Soalnya mukanya itu tadi dia kayak sedih nggak sedih gitu ya. Soalnya di dalam kabin, terus nggak ada gardener, katanya nggak ada visitor, apa sendiri suaminya. Terus apa lagi ya tadi ya, ada yang hilang barangnya ya. Oke, itulah. Oke, di live stream selanjutnya gue bakalan kita bakalan cari tahu nih siapa pembunuhnya nih. Kita bakalan nge-ambush ya. Terima kasih yang udah nonton. Jangan lupa di share, di like, di komen, dan jangan lupa di subscribe.